It sounds like electronic dance music, but it isn't. It's a small classical orchestra that has brought the sound of the clubs to the concert hall. Music normally made with laptops and synthesizers has been recreated with what these German musicians say is the warmer, more human sound of real instruments.
Where we can use those sounds and make people dance with those sounds, which is normally not the case.
You want people to dance to classical instruments?
Yes, that was the idea.
And this little classical orchestra is loving their new rock and roll lifestyle.
For classical musicians, it's always very fascinating, you know, this whole setting and sound checks and then backstage parties, you know, whatever. But it's this thing you never get to as a classical musician.
For the last 40 years, it's all been about synthesizers replicating the sounds of traditional instruments. This lot are doing it the other way around.
Taking the electronic sounds of dance music and working out how to make them with traditional instruments.
That sounds like a sound you get from a synthesizer.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's a little tongue slap. Tongue slap. I do it with the tongue, like. So I stop the air with the tongue, and then you have this pop on the finger.
And live, well, the audience weren't quite sure what to do. Some whooped and danced. Others preferred a bit of quiet reverence. And finally, why? The answer? Classical music has in the past gleefully stolen folk, borrowed jazz. This generation is just responding to the sound it grew up with.
Everything I heard all the time was like bass lines.
And now you're doing it with a chamber orchestra.
Exactly. So there it is, the thinking ravers' house music, electronic sounds made human with a bit of German engineering. David Solito, BBC News.